I'm about to share with you how you can turn your brain into a literal dopamine machine that will get you results on repeat. And not only that, I'm going to show you how specifically you can become virtually unrecognizable in under 90 days. Seriously, this might be the most comprehensive free training that you'll ever see on how to gamify your life and brainwash yourself faster than you can say fast or your money back. But actually, you're not really even spending anything on this video. So let's just say if it doesn't work, you can hate me forever. Okay, so pinky swear. And before you roll your eyes, yes, this will work even if you think you've tried everything before, and even if you're a Sally skeptic like me who needs proof or you waste more time, energy, and mental resources on fluff BS that promises nothing more than raise your frequency, think better thoughts, and bathe yourself in crystals so that you can change your life. Just give me 40 minutes or maybe even 20 of your time, and I'll not only show you how to become your 10.0 self in record time, I'm also going to show you how to create your very own goal setting system that will be your very own dopamine machine. It's going to make it almost impossible for you to not be the most epic human you've ever been, ever. But in all seriousness, this could save you hours, days, weeks, or even decades, like me trying to weed through the proverbial crap just to find the golden nugget of reinvention revelations. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a proven, customizable, and 90-day reinvention system that's got no fluff, no just think positive platitudes, but that actually works. You're also going to get a science-based product that's actually going to help you rewire your brain and your identity. And you're going to get the exact gamified system I use to go from rock bottom to unrecognizable without burning out or forcing myself through stuff that I absolutely hate. And what I'm talking about here is a proven rinse and repeat free system that you can apply every single 90 days for the rest of your life if you want to keep leveling up. Because once you start this, you're literally not going to want to stop. So whether or not you want to radically shift your finances or your health or your business or your relationships or all of it at once, this is going to show you how to do it faster, easier, and in a way that's more fun than you probably ever could have imagined. This entire video is comprised of 3 parts, which is filling out and completing the free activation arc workbook and solidifying your 10.0 identity, yourself, your routines, and also helping you customize your very own gamified results-based tracking system. And if you're already signed up for the free 90-day Activation Arc Challenge, this is where I'm going to walk you step by step through how to use the system exactly and how to apply it. And if you already know all of the whys behind it, you can jump right through to the timestamp. Just check the chapters below. But if you're new here, I recommend you watching from now to the very end so that you get the full scope on how this works and why it's so powerful, because I systematically created this entire video step by step. So why should you listen to me about this whole 90-day brainwash yourself into new reality thing? Because let's face it, we shouldn't just listen to every Tom, Dick, and Harry who has the ability to press record on a video and upload it to YouTube. But here's the thing. I don't just preach a bunch of stuff with no experience to back it up. What I'm about to share with you today, I've done it over and over and over again. In fact, I'm 45 now, but I've spent literally decades at this point refining the art and science of reinvention. I've lived it. I've taught it to thousands of people around the world. I've distilled it down into a simple 3-step formula that I'm going to share with you for free today. The first time I really and truly applied this, I went from being a 35-year-old woman going through the breakup of the century, crying in aisle 5 of the dollar store because nothing was $1 and I couldn't even afford toilet paper. And I went from the lowest point of my life to hitting my first 10K month in under 30 days, then to building a multiple 6-figure business twice. And at age 43, I had my first $140,000 cash month. And not only that, I've helped clients scale multiple 7-figure businesses, hit their first 50K month in under 30 days. And not just that, they did it in a way that felt good, fun, and true to them, which is so rare, it's unbelievable. So yeah, this exact 90-day framework to reinvent yourself after burnout or heartbreak or starting over from zero or just going to the next level from already good to great. But it's going to help you expand faster every single time. This isn't just my special snowflake story. I've literally guided thousands of clients through this process over and over and over again. This isn't just some hustle till you die hype. And you don't need to bathe yourself in ice unless you want to every single day at 4 a.m. And this is definitely not about pretending everything is fine and whimsical while your nervous system is quietly waving a white flag. This is a structured, gamified approach, which works actually with your brain, your body, your habits, and your nervous system, so you can keep the momentum going without burning out. So here's the thing. Reinvention isn't magic, it's mechanics. And it's psychology. And it's your nervous system finally working with you instead of against you. Instead of constantly taking one step forward and two steps back, you can literally catapult yourself into the next level of an entirely new reality. And when you get this right, you're not just going from 1.0 to 2.0, because that's not even the limit. Once you understand these three activations plus the gamified system, you're going to start seeing results at such a rapid speed, it's going to blow your mind. And I'm going to break down each of these steps and how you can create your own customizable tracker inside this video 100% for free. But first, the big question is why 90 days? Because that's long enough for you to rewire your identity, to reshape your habits, and to actually see results. But it's short enough that your brain doesn't tap out from overwhelm. Because most people fail at big change for two reasons. Number one, they try to overhaul their whole entire life overnight, and their nervous system literally slams on the brakes, right? They focus on random actions willy-nilly without upgrading their identity first. So no matter how much they do, they're constantly snapping back into old patterns. And maybe you've experienced that, right? 90 days gives you that sweet spot. It's enough repetition to make habits automatic. And it gives you enough wins to prove to your brain that this is safe and it's also sustainable. It also gives you enough structure to stop you from falling into the I'll get it into the someday mode, right? Like tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. So think about it like Netflix. If your favorite series dropped one episode every single 6 months, you lose interest, right? But once a week, you're hooked. 90 days is the perfect season length for your brain to stay engaged and excited by your transformation. And here's the best part. It's literally rinse and repeat. This is a system that grows with you, so that you can use it every single 90 days if you want to level up again and again and again. This is literally, I've already said it, but it's a dopamine generating machine, which means instead of forcing yourself through boring, rigid routines, you're rewarding yourself for the progress. You see your wins, you stack your success in real time, and you actually look forward to logging in every single day and playing the game of life. And before we dive into exactly what this system looks like, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and comment activate below. And I'm going to send you the entire 90-day system, tracker, and workbook for free, including meditations and other videos that you're never going to see on this channel. So now that you know the backstory, you may or may not know by watching some of the other videos that the 90-day activation arc is comprised of 3 key activations. Each and every activation is linked to the one before it. So you can't have one without the other. If you have 2 but not 1, it won't work. If you have 1 but not the other 2, it won't work. You're only going to get half results. And so this entire process is based on that key foundational principle in which you need to build one after the other, which is why once you opt it in, you're going to get access to the workbook, and I walk you systematically through each step so that you can build your own gamified system and get results. Now, you don't actually need to use the actual gamified tracker, but it will help you be able to see in real time your results. You can do the 90-day, activation arc without it, but I highly recommend you use it because it's going to be able to help you get that dopamine hit, to turn your brain into a dopamine machine. It's going to help you be able to see your results in real time. So the 3 key activations are activating your identity, activating your vision, and activating your action. Now, that the workbook walks you through each and every step systematically. If you want to have a deeper dive into each of the workbook questions, I do have a video linked for you so you can go through and you can even see how to actually, edit and customize the tracker too. I'm not going to spend this video doing that because it would be too long. But if you want to go even deeper into each of these, you're more than welcome to do so inside the actual system. But I'm going to give you an overview of how to go through the workbook and then what happens after this, because you do need to do 3 key steps in order to unlock the entire power of this reinvention system. So number 1, we start with your identity. You need to be able to activate your 10.0 identity. Now, I talk about this ad nauseum in some of my other videos inside the ARC and on this channel as well. And the reason why we do that is because the person you are today, the assumptions you have, the thoughts you think, the beliefs you have, the habits you have are nowhere near the habits, the beliefs, the assumptions, and all of the different minutia of your 2.0, 10.0, 100.0 self, right? And if they are, or you think they are, you're not dreaming big enough, or you're really not in tune with that. So inside the workbook, I walk you through, firstly and foremostly, rating where you are in your life right now, right? Because without awareness, there cannot be progress. Without knowing where we are, we can't get to where we're going. So I actually walk you through rating yourself and in every single area of your life where you're at presently. Now, that's not to judge yourself or to create shame or to make you feel like you're unsatisfied with your life. It's just to show you a benchmark for where you are and where you want to be, which brings us to the next step. In the workbook, I also get you to rate yourself. Okay, if you are a level 10 in your health, in your relationships, in your wealth, in your career, what would that look like? What would that feel like? And this is how we start to break down specifically who you are as your next level self. Now, in the workbook, you're going to want to go through each and every one of these questions. The reason being is that they're systematically stacked that way, okay? I had a whole bunch of questions and I broke it down and then I refined and I distilled. And these are the ones that are really going to help you unlock your next level self. I mean, as I've said, I've done this for decades, and this is literally, the refinement of decades worth of work. So once you go through that, you're going to want to see, and hopefully you will see. And if you don't, again, you're not dreaming big enough and you need to go back. But once you start mapping out your next level self, you're going to see the incongruencies between who you presently are and where you're going to be. Now, your job is start to embodying that daily, which brings us to the next step. That's vision, right? So you want to activate your vision next, because I used to be a skeptic in terms of the power of visualization. I think because I linked it to manifestation and people being like, okay, well, if you want to manifest something, I always say that, like, put a crystal on your head and just $1 million is going to drop from the sky. And I started being skeptical. And I talk about this in my visions framework. So I have an entire framework about how to leverage the power of visualization. And I highly recommend you watch that if you're inside the arc, because it's going to help you be able to map out your own vision and to be able to see clearly why visualization works. And I do recommend you doing it 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening. And, it's incredible. People like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. And I mean, there's so many people who have used this to go to the next level of their success. Almost every single athlete that who's gotten like more than one gold medal, Michael Phelps. I mean, so many different people use the power of visualization, but it's important that you do it properly and you marry it together with your habits, your behaviors, and your actions, which is coming next. So inside the workbook, we take the identity that you've developed and we're going to refine that into your vision. And you want to go through every step in the workbook that just walks you through, okay, here's how you create this vision. And you want to tune into that at least 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening, okay? And that's for the 90 days. And this is one habit that's non-negotiable. You really need to be able to leverage that and play out your new self like a movie scene in your mind. Because, as I mentioned in other videos, your brain can't tell the difference between living something internally and visualizing it and experiencing it externally, which is going to help you in so many ways. I won't deep dive into this now because this isn't a visions framework video, but It's really going to help you be able to embody this and to regulate your nervous system around success so you don't sabotage it or create chaos around your vision. So, next in this series and in the workbook, we move into action. Now, this is when the gamified tracker comes into play. I walk you through how to take these habits and behaviors that you've developed as your identity and as your vision, and that's when we plug them into the tracker. Now, this tracker is completely customizable for you. So if you, in your, identity, you need to be working out every day and eating certain foods or drinking water every single day. I mean, we recommend like having that is like a baseline, right? Like, training your body, maybe walking 10,000 steps a day and drinking 3 liters of water a day. And like that should be the bare minimum, but you can also be rewarded for that, right? So you want to be able to put all of these habits, and maybe there's habits linked to your work, or if you're looking for a relationship, you want to like start taking actions in order to like meet someone, whatever that is for you, right? You can fully customize this. And as you take the daily action, you can give yourself monetary rewards. Now, the cool thing about this system is that it will actually add up all of the rewards for you so that when you're actually, putting all of this in, you're going to be able to see daily how much money that you've made from each habit, but also you're going to be able to see which habit you made the most money from and where you need to work on. Now, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. I actually built this system because I am a perfectionist. And I even did the 75 hard challenge. If you know what that is, it's like doing a series of things for 75 days. And if you mess up, you have to start over. I actually completed the whole thing. I never messed up once. It was amazing. It was great. It's probably one of the greatest things that I've done. But the challenge is at the end of that, it was like I'd almost like wanted to rebel against it because it was so rigid. It was so hard. And my perfectionism paralyzed me from being able to continue this. This gamified tracker, this system, the activation arc isn't about creating perfection. It's about creating progress and actually rewiring your patterns. Okay. It's about creating new patterns. Even if you only do 4 things off the thing, you're still making money, right? And you're still moving forward. And so you're not necessarily getting punished, but you are getting rewarded, which will make you want to show up more. And so when you see the system, you're going to be able to see how much money you can make in the month and in a day. And, you can even, so for me, I even have like rest days because it's hard sometimes, maybe not anymore, but it used to be very hard for me to shut off and take a day off. So I started being like, okay, let me reward myself and pay me for taking a day off, because at the end of the day, if I don't take a break, if I don't take a rest, I'm going to burn out, and then I'm not going to make money anymore because I'm going to have to take weeks off to recover. And so I started seeing my rest days even as things that I needed to reward myself with money and certain points. So essentially, once you have all of this done, you just go in every single day for 90 days. You can mark it off. You can track it off. I even have space. You can delete it if you want, but I left space for like notes, for wins, for your gratitude list, which I recommend you doing. And so you can have everything tracked in this system. And it's so cool to look back on 90 days. You're like, whoa, like this is how much money I made. Like in the next 90 days, can I double that much? Or like, can I reward myself more? Or, what habits have I locked in and I don't need to track here anymore? And which ones can I add? And it's a really cool process. Make sure to invite friends, get people to do it with you. Send this video to a friend, send the process to a friend. It's all for free, right? So, or at least at the time of filming this. So you want to make sure you get in there and, do this with other people. Get others to come along with you and make sure that you comment below, comment activate below, or comment the goal you want at the end of the 90 days. And once you comment, make sure to like and support 3 other people in the comments. Okay. So I usually say this, but I think it's great if you're going to leave a comment. And you know how good it feels to be celebrated. So make sure that when you leave a comment, you go in there and you comment back on a couple of other people and you celebrate them. And that creates a feedback loop that helps us all keep moving forward. It keeps rewarding each and every one of us for the steps we're taking. I read every single comment. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of the progress you're making. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button because I have more videos coming out all the time helping you literally revolutionize and reinvent your entire life from the inside out in every single area. I do specialize in entrepreneurship and impact-driven people, but this will work regardless of what you do and who you are, right? And so I really appreciate you spending this time with me. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to link a playlist below that has other videos on the similar topic. Make sure to download the workbook, get started right away. Today is the tomorrow you spoke about yesterday. Stop saying you're going to do something. Start now. You have two choices. You can sit here on YouTube and you can watch another video and go through the rabbit hole of other ways to change your life, or you can actually start doing it now. Take action, join the community. It will literally blow your mind what you can accomplish when you just stick to this. It's so simple, but simple doesn't mean it's easy, right? You need to take that first step. So make sure you click the link below. My name, if you haven't gotten it yet, is super duper Ashley Cooper. I'm so grateful to meet you. I really appreciate you for watching this video, and I hope you have a super duper fabulous day.